Hey everyone, it's Ashley and I'm back with a makeup tutorial, and I wanted to show you guys how you can use some dollar store products and kind of create your own, smoky dramatic look without spending a lot of money. So I'm actually going to use the Milani eyeshadow that can be found at the Dollar Tree as the basis for the look for this particular one. So to start out, the first thing I'm going to do is use my foundation. I'm going to apply a layer of foundation and also do some concealing and right before I start the rest of the look. So I'm using the CoverGirl and Olay foundation, and I'm just going to go ahead and apply this, and then I will get right back to you guys. So I have my foundation applied, and I also have my eyebrows filled in. So what I'm going to do next is take this Milani eyeshadow, and I will give you guys a close up here what it looks like. And this is the very shimmery one. It is in the color Coffee Shop, and this is one of the ones that they sell specifically at the Dollar Tree. So this one is supposed to be a wet to dry kind of eyeshadow, and it works, I think, best as a wet eyeshadow. So I'm going to take my flat eyeshadow brush here from e.l.f. and I am going to wet this and apply the eyeshadow wet here. So I'll show you guys how to do this really quickly. And I feel it just gives you the best effect overall when it's wet. Gives you kind of this really lovely, rich, color payoff here. And I'll actually bring this up just a little bit towards the crease here. And I'm going for kind of a dramatic look, so it's going to be a little bit of intense kind of look, and that's okay. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And the next step is I'm actually going to take another dollar store kind of product, and I'm going to use the LA Colors Shimmering Loose Eyeshadow, and I have a couple colors here. This one is in the color Radiant, and it's a very, very pretty kind of a light golden bit right here. If you guys can see that, but this is what these look like, and these are the Shimmering Loose Shadows. So that's in Radiant. And what I was going to do with this one is actually take it and add this right into the corner bits, and also in, like, I'll just show you. This might be easier. I was going to go ahead and add it straight into the corner here because it has such a lovely color. I'm actually not going to take it completely into the corner of the tear duct. I'm just going to add it into the corner for a highlight, and I'm going to bring it over just slightly towards the middle. So I'm basically layering it on top of the color that's already there. I'm also going to add some of the color Honeysuckle, which is a lighter kind of brown, and this is also from Dollar Tree. It's almost a, quite sheer highlight type of color, and this one I'm actually going to take and put in the corner of my eye, right in here, because it has such a really pretty pigment color, just very light and pretty. And I'm also going to take this and put this as a highlight right underneath the brow bone. So it's definitely a very, very shimmery look. This is what I would consider kind of a holiday party look. So I'm just going to carry that all the way up there. And then I'm probably going to layer just a little bit more right there. After I get done with this, I'm going to use the third LA Colors one, which is also, this one's in the color Chocolate Sprinkles. And I'm going to layer this in the corner here and then also in the crease, and that's going to be my blending crease color. So we start using some of this. And it's, as you can see, it's a little bit of a contrast to the original color. It's a little bit heavier of a color, and it does have, some highlights in there as well. So I'm going to go ahead and put that in there. And I'm going to layer it in that corner section too. Just the first 25% of it. And it does look crazy, and that's normal. It's going to look a little bit crazy. So I'm going to take my EcoTools blending brush, and this is this one with the big tapered head. It's very fluffy, which makes it a really great blending brush. And I'm just going to take the corner bit here and start blending it inward and then upward a little bit too, and then start doing kind of a windshield wiper motion. So, and you will get a little bit of fallout, so just remember to brush that off. You can always layer powder underneath your eyes before you actually work on it. For the next step, after you have your eyeshadow on, you're going to want to take a black eyeliner pencil and you're going to want to tightline the under part of your eyes here. You can skip this step if you don't like doing that particular bit, but it just adds a little bit more drama and a little bit more depth to your eyelash area. So you can see it tight lined there. And then after you get the tight lining done, I would recommend taking a little bit of the actual eyeshadow that you were using for the base, which was the Milani here, and taking a little smudge brush. You're going to want to make sure that smudge brush is wet just slightly so that you can pick up some of that color, because this color is actually very difficult to work with if it's not wet. So I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit down towards this section here, just to add a little bit more drama to it. And I'm going to focus most of it along the corner here, so that it kind of blends in a little bit more with what I'm actually where my eyeshadow is. We want to kind of blend it. When I get closer to this part, where the eyelashes start getting sparser, that's when I'm actually going to leave it blank, because I have some of the sparkle here. So we want to lighten up this corner and we want to darken up this section. So after you have your liner complete, the next step is you are going to take a black pencil, and you can use any black pencil you find at the dollar store, and you're going to just create kind of a smudgy, smoky line along the top. So I'm going to go ahead and line my eyes right there. And I actually find that sometimes it's easier if you don't use a very precise pencils. And if you ever notice, the ones that I use tend to be a little bit duller, and that's only because I feel like it's easier to smudge with. So I'm going to go ahead and finish lining here. Okay, so that part's done, and I'm also going to take my smudge brush and go back over that just a little bit again, just to make sure that it's nice and smoky looking, because we don't want any hard lines for this look. We're going for kind of soft and smoky and smudgy. Okay, so for the next step, I am actually going to curl my eyelashes, just because this is such a dramatic look. You could add fake, eyelashes if you prefer, but I just like using my own natural eyelashes as often as I can get away with. I'm just going to curl my eyelashes, and then I'm going to add a couple coats of mascara. So for the mascara, I'm actually going to use two different kinds of mascara, and both of these are Dollar Tree products. The first one is the lengthening mascara from Beauty Benefits, which is part of the Wet n Wild line, and they just started carrying this in the Dollar Tree now. So I'm going to use this one first, and then I'm going to go back in with the same brand but the volumizing mascara. The lengthening mascara I find helps to start with, because it lengthens and it kind of separates your lashes better. So, and it has a very straight kind of plain wand, but it works great for actually, just lengthening your lashes and separating them. So as you guys can see, it did lengthen and separate my lashes. This is my untouched eye versus my just applied eye. And I'm gonna go back in and use the volumizing mascara. And the only difference between the two is that this one just creates a little bit of extra thickness to it. And this is what the actual case looks like. Sorry, I've got makeup on my hands here. And it has a straight brush as well. And this one just adds a little bit more drama to your lashes. It makes them look thicker. Which, if you're going for kind of an all-out type of look, this is what you would definitely want to use. And I'm going to add a little bit of mascara to my bottom lashes. And that is the finished eye look. So once you have your finished eye makeup look complete, the next step is to add some blush. And I'm going to use the Beauty Benefits blush from Wet n Wild, and this is the one that's kind of the rose colored one. There are 3 different colors that they're carrying at Dollar Tree. One is a very light pink, one is a reddish, and this is the medium toned. So I'm going to go ahead and add some of this using my e.l.f. blush brush here. I'm just going to go ahead and start adding this in. I'm going to try to concentrate this closer to the fronts of my cheek bones here, so it looks like a little bit more fleshed. If you want to add a little bit of extra highlight, you can always take you know, a lighter colored blush or even an eyeshadow if it's along that, you know, kind of golden or even, you know, like a white highlight. And just take a little bit of that and just diffuse it along the top. If you have no highlighter, you can use the actual LA Colors Shimmering Loose Eyeshadow. This is in the color Honeysuckle. That's the one we use as a highlighter along the tops of the eyes. You can also turn that into, you know, your own highlighter as well, just by taking it and adding it just along, you know, the tops of your cheekbones too. It will be a very kind of light, subtle highlight. So just add that in there and then just use your brush to kind of diffuse it a little bit. Next up, I'm going to take the Physicians Formula bronzer, and I'm just going to go ahead and contour a little bit on my cheekbones underneath. So I'm just going to take my blush brush, which is also great for using as a highlighter or as a contouring brush, and I'm just going to run it straight along the underneath portion of my cheekbones, just to add a little bit of depth. And you know, you definitely want to blend so that way you aren't having any harsh lines. If you're looking for a holiday look and you want to look a little bit, you know, thinner in your photographs or more contoured, that type of thing, you can always add in you know, some contouring around this section of your face. If you take this part here right along where your eyebrows are and you add a little bit of contour in there, just softly, it will make your face look more sculpted. And you can also add it along the jawline as well. As long as you blend very well so it's subtle, you won't notice it, and it'll just look a little bit nicer in pictures. For the final step, I am going to use an LA Colors lip gloss lipstick duo that you can find at the Dollar Tree. And this is in the color Charmed. And this is what they look like here. If you lift up this, and you get this really lovely colored lipstick here. So I'm going to go ahead and put this on. So once you have your lipstick applied, you can leave it as is if you want. Or if you want to add a little bit more interest, you can always take the lip gloss side and just add a little, you know, bit towards the center of your mouth. So like right in here. As you can see, it's a darker color but with a little shimmer. And by adding a little bit of extra gloss just towards the center of your lips, it's going to add a little bit of, you know, drama and interest towards that part of your mouth. If you're going to any type of party or event where you don't want to have to worry about looking shiny or, you know, off in any photos, I would definitely recommend taking a little flat top brush. This is an e.l.f. brush here, and using some powder. I'm currently using an e.l.f. powder, and just setting, you know, the oiliest parts of your face, particularly usually around your nose and, you know, your chin. And this just ensures that your makeup stays put and you don't have any strange shiny spots. So this is a finished look. And I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial for how to use some different drugstore makeup, you know, to create kind of a holiday look. And if you like this tutorial, please like and subscribe, and I will see you guys later. Bye!